Now on to a segment on health and technology from Walter.
Thank you, Walter. The first test tube baby, born July 25th, 1978, by the name of Lois Joy Brown, weighing in at 5 pounds 12 ounces, born in Oldham General Hospital in Greater Manchester, England. Patrick Steptoe, the doctor behind this pioneering procedure, helped those who could not conceive bear a child. Now moving on to 3 Mile Island. I must apologize, I have gotten too close in my ability to wanting to bring you the news. Sorry, I lost the mustache. But 3 Mile Island happened on March the 28th, 1979, and the cause is not yet determined. It is either due to human error or mechanical error. Basically, one item forgot to shut, causing krypton to be released into the atmosphere, which is 3 Mile Island is located on the Susquehanna River, just a couple hours south of Harrisburg. Now on to the introduction of the video cassette recorder. Released by Philips in 1972, it was originally released in the UK, and it wasn't the first one intended for home use. And the first floppy drive, measuring in at 8 inches across and able to hold the amount of 3,000 punch cards. They were designed to run operating systems, but in this case, you can store information on them. Thank you.
Welcome back to me. To you. To me. To you? Okay. So now on to the serious crime of our decade. Oh, okay. Let's start with this guy, Charlie Manson. He was really screwed up because he brainwashed a whole bunch of people who he called his family. Yeah, that's these girls right there. To go and murder people. That's not right. And they murdered them very brutally. And his family thought of him as Jesus and the devil, all rolled into one. Sad. Manson wanted to start a war called Helter Skelter. And in 2 days of this brutal murdering, his family killed 7 people. All defendants were found guilty on first-degree murder charges. Along with Charlie Manson was this screwed-up guy called Jim Jones. And he started a religious cult he called the People's Temple. The People's Temple ultimately ended up in South America, the Promised Land, where Jones instructed his followers to drink cyanide-laced Kool-Aid. The total of the murders were 912 bodies. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Exploring this mummy's stew makes me hot and thirsty. Let's get a drink.
Hot drinks! Mommy!
Oh, yeah? Hey, Kool-Aid!
Oh, yeah! Here comes Kool-Aid. Here comes Kool-Aid. I'm gonna save the day. Here comes Kool-Aid. Here comes Kool-Aid. I'm gonna chase your thirst away.
Tastes great.
Your friend's cool.
He's Kool-Aid!
Kool-Aid brand soft drink mix.
Oh, yeah!
Broadcasting on sports with Walter.
Thank you, Walter. And as you can see, my mustache has grown back after covering the 3 Mile Island incident. Moving on, we will cover Monday Night Football, first airing September the 21st, 1970, covering a game between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. The Jets would end up winning the game 31-21 over the Browns. First time this was ever aired on ABC. Now, moving on to NASCAR. We are in Talladega, Alabama, where Buddy Baker has set the 200-mile-an-hour speed record with a Plymouth Superbird. This is the first time a NASCAR vehicle has gone over 200 miles an hour. Next, we will cover Evel Knievel in Snake River Canyon, Idaho, where he has failed twice to cover the quarter-mile distance across the canyon. where he nearly ate his last Idaho potato. And finally, Secretary is retiring after 2 years of racing and winning almost $1.3 million. His final race will be at Woodbine International in the Canadian International Race, covering a distance of 1 mile and 5/8, and this will cap off his Triple Crown career. And that's the way it is.
Hello to you again. Another devastating event of the 70s was the shooting at Kent State. The students were protesting U.S. forces in Cambodia. They were peaceful. They weren't harming anyone. But the National Guard was there with their guns and their very real bullets. Students started throwing rocks and gunshots started going off. The National Guard killed 4 students that day, and 10 were also injured. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Where you going, Susie?
To spend the night at Kathy's.
Bet you're excited.
A little scared, too, Milton. I've never slept away from home.
That's only natural. I was nervous my first night here.
Really?
Sure, I didn't know if you'd like Kellogg's Pop-Tarts, but you did. Especially all that real fruit filling and delicious frosting.
Milton, did you ever stay at a friend's house?
Nope, couldn't find an extension cord long enough. There's a lot of good inside Kellogg's Pop-Tarts toaster pastries.
On to Walter with fashion and lifestyle.
Thank you, Walter. Hello, I am Walter Cronkite, coming to you from Japan, and with glasses on. And today, I will be talking to you about fashion and lifestyles of our past decade. One of the biggest fashion trends of our decade was the leisure suit. The leading trendsetter of the time was Mr. John Travolta, who showcased his all-white suit in the movie Saturday Night Fever. Another fashionable item of the 70s was platform shoes. The heels of these stylish shoes were made of a number of things, including cork, wood, rubber, and plastic. In mid-decade of their prime, it was not fashionable to have platform shoes with less than 2 inches thick soles. Why? Because that's the way it is. Our next item was created in 1973 by a man named Josh Reynolds. If you haven't guessed it, I will tell you. It's the mood ring. The ring had a crystal in the middle that could tell your mood. Now isn't that groovy? The next item was a huge fad with youngsters. Created in April of 1973, the pet rock became one of the biggest trends to hit the United States. And yes, it is just a rock. The rock came with a manual that taught you how to make it sit, stay, play dead, and become house-trained. Damn those little pebbles. Another fad of the decade was streaking. It was usually done for entertainment and normally occurred on college campuses. One song that helped the growing of this trend was The Streak by Ray Stevens.